This is Economy Watch, what you need to know about New Zealand's economic life today. Brought to you by interest.co.nz.
Kia ora. Welcome to Wednesday's Economy Watch, where we follow the economic events and trends that affect Aotearoa. I'm David Chaston, and this is the international edition from interest.co.nz. And today we lead with news. Financial markets are looking for excuses to be negative, and they found one, sort of. But first up today, there was another full dairy auction, and that brought a somewhat disappointing result. Overall prices fell a minus 0.4% in US dollar terms, down 1.1% in New Zealand dollar terms. This event failed to maintain the upward demand for whole milk powder, which fell 2.5%, hurting the overall result. That contrasted with most other components, especially skim milk powder, which was up 4.5%. China and North Asia were the dominant buyers today, but there was notably less demand for whole milk powder from other regions. Although it was an unexpectedly soft result overall, at least it basically confirmed most of the prior month's gains. In the US, the 2 August factory PMIs each show a contracting manufacturing sector. The ISM one improved from July's deeper contraction, but the S&P market one slipped back, but to a similar level to the ISM one. Slower new order growth was a shared feature, especially for export orders. Although the variance in both from market expectations was very minor, it has had an outsized impact on the mood of financial markets today, post the US holiday. Equities fell, benchmark yields retreated, and the US dollar softened. Markets ignored the rise of economic optimism in the RCM TIPP survey, now at a 17-month high. They also ignored the rise of US retail sales last week at physical stores, up 5% above the same week a year ago on a same-store basis. Also ignored by markets was the Good Logistics Managers Index for August. That showed firms were gearing up positively for the fourth quarter activity. The Canadian factory PMI continues to be marginally disappointing too, although it is broadly stable. And China said it will likely impose tit-for-tat tariffs on Canadian canola imports as a retaliation for Canada's duty level on them dumping EVs into Canada. In Australia, and despite strong mineral exports, they are now back running balance of payments deficits. Australia's current account balance fell by 4.4 billion to a deficit of 10.7 billion in the June quarter. This was the largest since June 2018 and double what was expected, reflecting continuing falls in bulk commodity prices and higher income paid to non-residents. They ran a 3.6 billion current account deficit in the first quarter. For the year to June, they now have an $18.8 billion current account deficit, the largest annual level since March 2018. The US Treasury 10-year yield is now at just on 3.84% and down 9 basis points from yesterday. And Wall Street has opened after the holiday down 2% on the ISM result trigger. The NASDAQ is down 3.1%. The price of gold will start today down $8 from yesterday at $2,491 an ounce. And oil prices have dropped $3.50 from yesterday to just under $70 a barrel in the US, while the international Brent price is now just on $73.50 a barrel. That makes it the lowest since the brief dip at the end of 2023 and prior to that to 2021 levels. The restoration of Libyan oil supply after the apparent end of political and security issues there was a key trigger to today's drop. The Kiwi dollar starts today down 40 basis points from yesterday at 61.9 US cents and a 2-week low. Against the Aussie, we're 40 basis points higher at 92.1 Australian cents. Against the euro, we're 20 basis points lower at 56.1 euro cents. That all means our trade-weighted index starts today at 70 and down 20 basis points from yesterday. And the Bitcoin price starts today at $57,914 and down almost 1% from yesterday. Volatility over the past 24 hours has been modest at plus or minus 1.9%. You can find links to the articles mentioned today in our show notes, and you can get more news affecting the economy in New Zealand from interest.co.nz. Kia ora, I'm David Chaston, and we'll do this again tomorrow.